Young Frankenstein, the musical, Mel Brooks, fantastic performer, uses so many different genres of music in this one performance, or this one show. For example, there's a barbershop quartet, there's an opera song, there's a lot of jazz influence, and it's just incredibly funny, and there's a lot of different puns that are within the music itself.
So my general process is like, I go through all the songs in the show and get like a general idea, like looking for in terms of feel and tone. I think, is this going to be something that's very sharp and angle-based, or is it going to be more flowy and like organic?
But the pit is phenomenal, and there's 14 players, I believe, in the pit, which is one of the largest ones I think has been put on by SNS. It's going to be a challenge being under the stage, but I think if we mic it correctly, the pit will sound awesome.
My favorite part of the show is Life, when we sing from off stage, because it's the thickest harmonies. It's kind of like an intense song, and you don't know that we're there, but all of a sudden we all come in, and it's kind of a big moment there.
My favorite song would be Rollin' the Hay. It's the first song, that's like my entrance song, I guess, when I first come into the show. It's an experience. Yes. I get to yodel. Get to cross that off my bucket list, put it on my resume.
Yeah. But I think favorite overall is I really love Deep Love, because it's just such a powerful song, and it's really fun to perform. And I don't know, it's very much like very deep and soulful for all the wrong reasons.
But the one that for me surpasses all of them is Welcome to Transylvania, the Barbershop Quintet, because it's so musically challenging that once it's pulled off correctly, it just wows the audience.
It's also an absurdly difficult thing.
Oh yeah.
And we, going into the show before we knew who the cast was, we were like, that's gonna be an interesting one, and they're like absolutely knocking it out of the park. And a lot of that is, one, due to the talent of the actors, and two, due to Joe and Steven really working with them, so that's cool.
I think my favorite part is Welcome to Transylvania, when the quintet sings. It's just like, you can tell that a lot of work is gone into it, because I think it sounds pretty good. Hopefully it sounds good.
My favorite song is my song, He Was My Boyfriend, because it is a lavish mess. And I do things in it I didn't know I could do vocally, which is very exciting, and it's just a lot of fun to perform, and it's very fun to freak all these guys out during it.
My favorite part is probably putting on the Ritz. It's just like a really fun, like dancey number, and there's also like at the end there's like so much energy. It's a really good time. The hardest part might be Transylvania Mania, just with all the singing and dancing, because I'm always really out of breath after doing the dancing, so it's hard to do the singing too.
The choreo is really fun, and also I like start the whole thing by screaming, which is always the way you want to go in life.
Probably my favorite bit of choreo was actually the audition dance, which was the dance break for Transylvania Mania. It's like one of my favorite pieces. A lot of inspiration that I draw from the show. There's a lot of like old Broadway stuff, a lot of like bell kicks and like Charlestons, and like just a lot of crazy, funky, nutty stuff.
I remember when we went into auditions and callbacks, Michael and I hadn't seen any choreography before, because we were working over the summer and we were working separately, so we go into auditions and we knew they were doing the dance break of Transylvania Mania for the callback. We're really excited, so it was a really fun song, and oh my god, it's so good, and it's so fun, and it's so hard.
So it starts with blanket arms, 2, 6, 7, 8, pas de chat, head, pas de chat, arms, step, 2, 3, look, step, pivot, mashed potato, da-da, heel, hiney, run, step, cross, down, up, down, Transylvania Mania.
From the moment that I saw that, it just made me really excited about the choreo for the rest of the show, and everything's just at that level. It's really spectacular and big and fun and exactly fit with the vision that we were going for, and it's just been so fun to see it all come together.
Dancing is the hardest part of musicals for me, and then you have to come in and breathe or focus on your feet but not look at your feet, and those are two difficult things.
We're
we're working really hard on the choreography, and it looks really cool so far. I'm doing dance moves I never thought I'd do, learning dance styles I never thought I could learn. So if you want to see me really just do something completely different than what you're expecting, come to the show.